All right, so now that you have drawn a picture of a pig, we are going to take a look at your result. So we're going to look at your picture and we're going to find out what your picture says about your personality. Okay, so we're going to go through step by step. The first thing we're going to look at is, where is your pig located on the paper? Okay, so first of all, if your pig is at the top of the page, you are a positive person. You believe things will work out just fine. You have a positive attitude. You look on the bright side of things. You're what's known as an optimist. Okay, if your pig is at the middle of the paper, you understand that problems might occur and you're ready to solve them. So if something bad happens in your day, you're able to just get over it and move on. You're what's known as a realist. And then if you are a, let's go back one here. If your pig is at the bottom of the paper, you might have a negative attitude towards things, and you believe that the worst will happen. So this is called being a pessimist. Okay, so to give you an example of what's an optimist, what's a pessimist, what's a realist, etc. Okay, so if you have a glass of water and it is filled, and we'll just imagine that this is about halfway. Someone that drew their pig at the top of the page, an optimist, would say, oh, this glass is half full. They will look on the positive of it, like, oh, it's half full. I still have a lot left to drink. Whereas someone who drew their pig at the bottom of the page, a pessimist, would say, oh, that's half empty. That's almost gone. There's not enough there for me. And a person who drew their pig in the middle, a realist, would look at this and say, ah, water. Take a drink and get on with their day, because that's what you do with water. So don't overthink it. So what we're going to do now is go to your Google Doc here. And it starts off by saying I took a pig personality test by drawing a pig. I drew my pig in the, and you're going to fill in the blank, whatever it is. So for this example, I'm going to say that I drew my pig in the middle of the page. Okay. If you drew it at the top, you would type in, I drew it at the top of the page. If you drew it at the bottom, you would write, or type, I drew it at the bottom of the page. Okay. Then what you can do, so I said the middle. So what does that say about me? That means that I understand that problems might occur and I'm ready to solve them. So that's what I'm going to type in. Okay. This means that that problem occur. I'm ready to solve them. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to tell me, do you agree or disagree with this statement? So does that sound like you, or does that not sound like you at all? So you're going to tell me, I agree with this statement, if you do, because I face my problems head on and deal with them as they happen. Okay? And then you're going to give me an example of something that has happened in your day. So it could be something very basic. So this might be like, for example, this morning, I spilled my drink on my shirt, and instead of getting mad, I just went and changed my shirt, because that's what a realist does. Whereas an optimist might be like, oh, it's lucky, this is my lucky shirt and it meant something to spill something on there. I don't know. Or a pessimist would be like, oh no, I spilled on my shirt. My day is over. I can't do anything. I need to go back to bed. So all I want you to do with this is how I'm going to get to know you a little bit. I want to find out, like, do you agree with the statement or do you disagree with it? You don't have to agree with everything. You can just tell me what you feel. And if you have an example that like backs up that idea, or if it's something you don't agree with, tell me why. Why don't you agree with it? Okay. So just want a little bit of explanation. So you can see that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sentences here. That's what I'm looking for. 5 or 6 sentences just telling me about that slide. Okay.